Hey, wait a minute. This ain't Vigigams. Why have I tainted this channel with the weeb shit? You know, it's kind of weird how Japanese animation has had a huge impact on Western culture in recent times. Hi, dog. I mean, back in the day, cartoons were just either comedic slapstick or tamed action shows made to sell toys. But then suddenly this entire section of cartoons from a foreign country just come out of left field with shows that we never thought possible in the medium. There were shows where the action was intense and flashy, like Dragon Ball Z or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Shows where the plot and characters were grounded and thought-provoking, like Cowboy Bebop or Ghost in the Shell. Actual literal dumpster fires, like Girls Bravo. These shows were so different that we had to distinguish them and just start referring to them as, well, anime, which in turn sparked a huge phenomena that enticed and inspired many of a new generation for times to come. Anime, for many, is an important staple of modern day culture. Anime is also fucking weird. Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. Japanese anime can be 10 pounds of batshit most of the time. So, it's understandable why people just can't get into it. And it's not like over here, where we tend to make our shows more psychedelic. Instead, they like to go for a more creative approach in their oddities. Like, how about a film where Jesus and Buddha shoot the breeze in Japan? Or a show where a girl claiming to be Santa Claus pesters a boy named Santa? Or an anime where a guy's J.O. hand turns into a girl who has a crush on said guy. Saint Young Men is about Jesus and Buddha hanging out in Japan. Ya dodged 2 bullets. Adapted from the manga by Hikaru Nakamura, I hope I'm saying that right, this film is a slice-of-life comedy that chronicles the vacation of these 2 well-known religious figures, and, well, let's just see what we're getting ourselves into. The story is about Jesus and Buddha deciding to take a vacation together in an apartment in Tokyo while trying not to expose who they really are to others. And that's it! Yeah, we're not getting much narrative out of this one, as the whole movie is, well, their vacation. They go to totally not Disneyland, go to farmers markets, try their hand at swimming, and celebrate Japan's cultural festivities. Really, the movie's more about them interacting with themselves and the world around them. So let's just focus on them. First, let's start with Buddha. I don't know why it sounds wrong, but it sounds wrong saying that. He is the more level-headed of the 2. However, he tends to become overly nervous at different times throughout the film. From getting on amusement park rides to, hey yo J-boy, let's not talk to the Yakuza over there. I've heard they've done some pretty serious shit. But he usually lightens up with a good old smile that can ease others, and a glow whenever he feels virtuous, which always comes out at the worst of times. He also has a sort of weakness on his, okay, hold on a second. His urna. Huh, didn't even know it was called that. Thanks, Internet. Now show me more porn. Yeah, anyway, whenever his urna is hit, he feels an immense amount of pain. However, he does not hold any grudges and is fairly kind and forgiving to others, even those who torment him constantly. He's just a nice, albeit strange man, who usually plays the straight man to Jesus over here. Speaking of the Lord, Jesus is the more laid-back and more friendly of the 2. He also looks like Johnny Depp, which I just have to say, I don't know man, I've seen some pictures of Jesus. He does not look like Johnny Depp at all. He does look like Ewan McGregor.
Hello there.
He likes a lot of the modern day activities, such as going to amusement parks, shopping, and blogging. He also gets enthusiastic whenever he sees something that he refers to as Exotic Japan! Yeah, this guy's gonna beat the death of me, Jesus Christ. Wait a minute. He also has his own quirks, such as whenever he feels anxious about anything, his head starts to bleed. It bleeds a lot, but overall, he's just an outgoing person who's willing to try new experiences. And also, he's incredibly naive. I mean, this is a dude who forgets Christmas is supposed to be his birthday, even though the entire celebration is named after him. Although, it's probably because his real birthday is actually in August. But we can't let those pesky pagans find out. And apparently, he's also a big fan of Yep, nope, that's it. Jesus is the best boy. Actually, to be honest, I really enjoy watching both characters. They both have just great chemistry together, and they manage to hold up most of the film just by themselves. Doesn't mean there isn't any other characters, it's just they don't do much in the film, really. Except for this kid. All he does is just pester Buddha most of the time, and he's just a brat. But he is a big fan of Let's talk about the art. The art direction of this film resembles that of a manga. If you didn't know that's Japanese comic books. Every character has visible border lines around them, and the shadows are more scribbled in, giving it a drawn look. Combine that with the softer colors they used, help make the characters feel pleasant to look at. The animation is also good. Nothing too spectacular like a Studio Trigger piece, but it gets the job done. There are moments when it is just, well, still images, but I don't really mind them. They're kinda like seeing a photo gallery, something you can put in a scrapbook next to Grandma. Also, I wanted to note that this clip of Happy Jesus is probably the most wholesome thing I've seen yet, and I didn't even know I needed this. I think we all do. Next, I want to talk about the soundtrack. Mainly, I wanted to bring them up because the film has two songs. Their titles translated are Nobody and Gag. Both of these songs are sung by... okay, forgive me for this one. Gen Hoshino and Mirai Moriyama, who both play Buddha and Jesus, respectively. Both are very good songs, one being melancholy and the other one being a little happy-go-lucky. However, I feel like the former track they used was made to pad out the runtime of the film. And I thought shonens were the only anime with filler, but I guess I was wrong. Doesn't really hurt the film, but was just something I wanted to point out. Anyway, let's finish up by talking about the comedy portion of the anime. After all, it is a slice-of-life comedy, so how's the humor? It good. Most of the humor comes from visual gags, with some puns thrown in because Japan loves the shit out of those. All, if not most jokes, revolving around Christian and Buddhist stories, beliefs, and iconographies. Like a scene where Buddha's just relaxing on the floor, chilling out, all that stuff, and then a bunch of birds just start perching on him. Or how Jesus never learned how to actually swim, and that's the actual reason why he walks on water instead. Also that Jesus strut though. What I think is really impressive though is that the humor actually works for an international audience. A feat that is very hard to pull off for most anime due to differences in our cultures. After all, what they might find funny might not even make sense to us. And it is still funnier than anything Adam Sandler has been doing these days. This was a quaint little anime film. I like it. The main cast is extremely lovable to watch, and I wish to see more of their adventures. The art style is unique and pleasant looking, and the humor, for the most part, hits very well. However, I might say that it does require a small bit of knowledge of Christian and Buddhist history, as well a bit of Japanese culture, but it really doesn't bring down the film if you don't. Besides, I believe if you're interested in seeing this film, you most likely know a bit of information on certain things to at least understand what's happening at times. Or you know, you can just Google it. This anime was an easy and relaxing watch that I personally enjoyed, and I hope you give it a look. It's weird, yet worth your time. But hey, that's the end of this video. I wanted to try something different for this one, cause if you know, a lot of YouTubers who do this type of thing tend to focus on video games, and I'd like to try something different out of the norm. I'd actually like to do both video games and non-video games for this channel just to spice it up a bit, so, well, just let me know what you think down below. And also, if you can like and subscribe, but you didn't hear that from me. Shh, don't tell anyone. And I'll see you on the next video, which will be on something else. Until then, I leave you with this quote from famous Japanese animator Hayao Miyazaki. Anime was a mistake.
Yeah, rock! Yeah!
Garugamesh!
Oh, yeah!
I love anime!
Yeah. And manga!
It truly